I started drawing when I was in grade school, and I was clearly ahead of, where someone like that at that age should be in terms of drawing. Like, I was drawing real things and they looked okay, and looking back, it's like, oh, hey, cool. Yeah, I made that when I was in the second grade. Looks like a real bird. Nice. I expressed interest in going to art school. I found out later that the second I did that, my mother pulled my dad, who was going to help me through school. She pulled him aside and said, don't you dare say no. I know my dad had his doubts. I know my mom had her doubts after a little while, but they never ever really discouraged me. They never questioned whether or not that would be viable for me. They just encouraged me and just pushed me into it. And my mom was giving me what she wanted for herself. She threw me into classes, and she volunteered at school in my art classes so that we had all of the supplies and good environments to paint. She bought me every supply I ever wanted and everything I ever asked for, and started driving me to private lessons, found me classes to take and groups to support me. She fostered it. She gave me what she never had because she didn't have those resources. She pulled everything she had to give me that chance. Drawing and painting for me has always been like the only time that I can get lost in my own thoughts and in my own head and my own mind and find peace. I live for flow. I live for those working periods where you're not even thinking about anything else. You're just making stuff and drawing, and 8 hours have flown by and you haven't gone to the bathroom or had a glass of water. Like, just pure in tune with yourself and what's coming out of your own mind. The end process of that is the end feeling that you get when you've completed a session like that. Whether or not it's gone well or anything, it's bliss. It's just pure dopamine. It's just, you've made something from nothing. You got lost within yourself and you have something to show for it. It's always been my escape. It's always been my happy place. It's always just been the only thing that I have for myself. I lost that relationship for a long time, very recently in the past couple of years. That broke me for a little while because a lot of my motivation for making things had become external. It had become, chasing, following, or attention, or opportunities, or making art for social media, getting that instant gratification of 100 likes, 1,000 likes, 50,000 likes. It replaced in my mind that feeling that I was chasing because it was easier to get to. So I had to kind of sit back and really think about why it was that I wanted to be an artist and why it was that I wanted to do what I do. And, the bottom line that I did all the math I divided down to was myself, and doing it for myself, using my skills to soothe myself and to make sense of things for myself, to structure my experiences and to find something out of them, whether or not it was beauty or pain or pure color or just some expression of that, creating evidence of those things to myself, for myself, and finding peace within that process. It's not necessarily the likes, the retweets, or anything like that. Those things benefit you in a professional context for sure. Numbers get you places, but people have come to me and told me that my work, even just a simple painting that I made in a period of my own strife or struggle, they've told me that these pieces of art have come to them during times where they were questioning everything. People have told me that my work has helped them through transition and confronting their queerness and leaving abusive relationships. And it became that symbolism for them. And they've come back and they've thanked me for it. And they've said, you had this impact on me. That connection is priceless. It's not intended. It's not the intent that I had for the work, but I'm not going to say that it's not. It's so valuable to me because to have that effect on someone, to help someone in those ways, in the ways that so much art has helped me get through so much hard stuff. And my favorite outcome from my virality was couples messaging me, telling me years later that every night they still use the kissy doves to say goodnight to their partner. Long distance couples and families use my work to connect with each other, and it's become a secondary language for them. Emojis or, just it has that meaning for them. But that has made every struggle worth it for me because that had real impact on good people who just needed soothed and they just needed something to help them connect and help them get through My mom died a year ago. She had ALS. I took care of her while she was dying. And I mean, really took care of her. Bathed her, fed her, read to her. I watched not even fine ability, every ability. Walking, moving, feeding herself, just everything down to, in the end, breathing, be stripped away from her. All the while wondering, like, what am I doing? I'm her kid. Like, I'm her. She grew me. She made me. She gave me everything. And now everything that she had, it was stolen. And she never got the chance to reconnect with her work. She never got the chance to find her own artistic and creative abilities again. She never got to fix her relationship with her work because she instead gave it all to me. She gave me my life. She gave me everything I needed that she thought I needed. She made those sacrifices so that I could have what I have and do what I do and be able to do what I do. And so now it's like, I can't even do anything else. I have to use these abilities. And hopefully other people who will benefit greatly and who will love the work that I do and who will value the time that I took to just be a human and to experience life and work on processing whatever it is and share what I've learned, share what I've found within myself. Art is process. Art is taking little pieces of things, putting them together to make something more beautiful or more useful or more provocative or more beneficial. Whatever it is that you're making, it's pieces, it's parts of a whole that have come together over a long time. And so I'm choosing to honor that and everything that was given to me, everything that came to be me, by honing it, becoming the best that I can be at it, so that then I live a happy life. I do what it was that my mom couldn't. I'm Syd Weiler. I'm a human, and I'm gonna try to make the most out of it. So this is how I painted